Recording already. Okay, just hello all, and welcome to another episode of Car Series Season 3, Episode 17. I was just checking to make sure what episode I was on because I haven't done one of the Car Series for a wee while. The last one we done was like Christmas 2024, round about that time, and the run up to it. So I thought, well, I better do another one because this is like coming into May, so near enough the end of April 2025. So I thought I'd just keep the series going and stick on another episode to keep I like the series, so I'm going to keep it going as long, indefinite. I don't define the time as to how long I'm keeping it for, I just keep it going for as long as whatever. So, welcome to an episode of Car Series Season 3, Episode 17. Right, hang on a second, hang on. Right, it's fine. Right. Okay, so today's just like going for a wee huddle to Pie Bob's, a place called Pie Bob's in Arbroath. Just set off Meares Hill in Dundee. I stay in Meares Hill, so it's about a 20-mile drive just to get my lunch. No, Pie Bob's is quite there isn't one in Dundee, and just kind of what it says. I'm just going to jump in the car and go somewhere for a drive in the afternoon because I've got stuff to do later on the night, and I'm just going to go for a wee huddle up to Arbroath, and I thought, well, I better do another in-car series. So the in-car series, if you haven't seen the episodes before, it's basically the format is it's in-car format, and it's really just an easy video for me to edit. I do a lot of videos on my channel, and some of them take a while to edit, some of them are easy. This is one of the easier ones, so that's why I do them, and it's really just primarily to anything I just want to mention on my channel, just show you a bit of the scenery. Isn't doing three things at once and actually curing three birds with one cure. And keeping the series, that in-car series of mine, and keeping it going, and at the same time and telling you a bit about my channel, what I'm doing, and just sort of update kind of thing. The second thing is I could show you a bit of scenery as I make my way to where I'm going, because I'm going to go to Arbroath, Pie Bob's for my lunch. So at the same time you're getting that wee caption at the bottom there, and you can see a wee bit of the windows. You get a bit of that window there behind me, you can see a wee bit of scenery as well. That will add to the scenery. So you're getting to see a wee bit of Dundee, the updated Dundee, what's happening around as I'm driving through. Like for instance, you've seen that they cut the overgrowth in there on South Road. If you know Dundee, you get a bit of an update with it. Also, the third thing is I'm able to do something that I need to get done, so I'm actually going to get my lunch. So I'm doing a video showing you a bit of Dundee, an update, and telling you about what I'm doing, and I'm doing something as well at the same time. So I'm curing three birds with one cure. That's what I like about the in-car series. I could actually do things all at once, and it's easy to edit as well. So the route that I'm taking, it's just a basic, straightforward route for me. Like there's nothing much excitement. It's just going along the Kingsway, the A90, on the A92, and then destinations Pie Bob's and Arbroath. So you'll see the camera footage and the wee caption of the scenery on route. So you get a wee huddle in the car, so to speak. So yeah, just this regarding the channel and updates and that. What I've been doing, I've just been busy working a lot. I work all the time, full time obviously, driving the buses. Explore Dundee, that's the company that I work for, and they got delivery of 12 new U-Tong buses, double deckers, U11 GDs is what they're designated, and they're fully electric buses. So I've done a video prior on on my channel. Just they were delivered here new to Dundee, went on the road on early April this year, 2025, and I've done a video on when they were the second or third day when they were in service, so they were spanking brand new. So the video is up on my channel. It's about, I don't know, half a dozen videos before this or something. I've lost count the number of videos I put up, so it's maybe even more, maybe a 10 or... It's clearly marked. You just type in U-turn U11DD, brand new buses for Dundee, something like that, and you'll, if you want to see it, you'll see my video that I made regarding them. So I've driven them and they're good to drive actually. They're quite powerful, smooth. The cabs are comfortable. There's obviously like things that, but there's things that I can't say, you know, because it's company stuff. I mean, I work for I can't disclose certain things, you know. But I've got my reservation thoughts on certain issues. What I'll do, and there's things that I would like to have seen done differently. Obviously, it takes a bit of getting used to an electric bus as well. Particularly I won't go into things like that because, as I say, I can't discuss like inside stuff like that, company stuff like that to the public, because it's, in a way, it's like confidential. Like, I can't really just go and disclose work related matters on here, but I could tell you that I could like disclose general stuff anyway, like, you know, the buses from the public passenger point of view, because I've done a video as a passenger, and inside the bus is quite, you know, the seats are quite comfortable. There's a lot of legroom, quite a bit of legroom, and the question is, how long is it going to last, and how long will it be before they get all vandalised by thugs and vandals? Because that seems to be a thing. I mean, you get new buses, and I've seen already upstairs at the back, particularly. I don't know who does it because I can't see, but let's just say I've noticed vandalism already, and that is a typical thing on buses, public transport, vandalism. You in a brand new bus like that, and they'll still vandalise it. So it's just, you know, it really annoys you. Like, you know, there you go. So just see how long it lasts. It's quite nice actually. The driver's seat's really comfortable. It actually has a massage function that massages you as you're driving. It's a heated seat, it's a comfortable seat. It's all electronic adjustable, and you know, you can just drive in the bus, getting the lower back massage, and it's heated. There's also a fan as well, so you can blow cool air in the hot weather. I mean, like this for instance, I've got the air conditioning on specifically today for when I'm doing the in-cars, because I've got the windows shut, so if I were open you wouldn't hear me with the road noise, but the air conditioning blows the nice cool air to clear the cabin. But in contrast with the seat on the U-turn buses, it's like the air is blown under the seat and within the seat, so you're sitting on it, it's blowing on the underside where you're sitting on. So like as a contrast with the vents here, it's blowing cold air into the car to cool the air around me, but in the seats on there it blows cold air through the seat and what you're actually sitting on. That function is quite something as well, like, you know. I've never been in a vehicle, I've never driven a vehicle like that with a seat that blows cold air through it. And I've never driven a vehicle with a seat that massages you, so it's quite an experience. It's quite good. I tried it earlier, yeah. They're powerful, they're smooth, fully electric power steering. It's obviously fully automatic being an electric bus. So, but yeah, there's certain things that, as I say, I'd like to see done differently regarding them. But it's like anything, you know, it's from getting familiar with it. So I've done a video on that. What else? I've done loads of stuff. I've actually lost track. There's an adventure I've done recently as well. Suturing, the Kirkton of Early Suturing. It's an 800 BC. Well, this is going by the research that I've done, so I don't know how old it is. This is just what I've researched. But I found it. It's Kirkton of Early. which is between Airlift Carnoustie. I'll get it right. Between Airlift and Kirriemuir, sorry. It's sort of like south of Lintratham. It's in that general area. Small place called Curtin of Airlie. Well, it's a farm. Curtin of Airlie is a farm. So the Sutrin, the ancient 800 BC Sutrin, bugger you. It's in the field. So there's a hole in the ground basically. That's the entrance to the tunnel. It goes right down. Now I haven't been into it. I did visit it. I went there alone. I went there on my own, and I wasn't going to go in any more than I just went to the entrance, stuck my head in, crouched and looked down, because it's a very, very shallow, the tunnel. I mean, you couldn't stand up in it. Let's put it like, well, I mean, in 6 foot, that's about your average height, right, for a man. And I could not stand up in it. I was like that. So, but if you're looking back to 800 BC, the average height for a man would probably be, I don't know, I mean, probably 5 foot or something. Because in contrast, the way they build buildings nowadays, they always leave like headroom, plenty of headroom. So in the time when they built that, they would have had that in mind. They would have left like sufficient headroom, clearance, a bit of leeway. Well, that's certainly shallow enough to authenticate it being as old as that it's been claimed to be, to go by the research I've done. There's moss all over the roof, all over the top. There's like all sorts of overgrowth. It's quite creepy actually. It's quite scary. There's a darkness right ahead of you, and I wasn't going to go any. I didn't go any distance. You wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't do a thing like that. Go in there alone. There is signs saying that it's actually dangerous to keep out. It could collapse. But I watched the video, a guy's channel. This is all my video anyway, because I've done a video regarding the Curtin of Airlie Sutrin. But there's a guy actually that went in, right in. I don't know if he was alone. I don't think he was, like, but that's beside the point. But he went right in to as far as he could, and he was met by a metal fence, built gate as well, because it was padlocked. So I don't know how far he must have been in. He went in as far enough to the point where he couldn't see. You wouldn't be able to see the light behind him from the entrance he came in. The tunnel is kind of curved right enough. It's pretty brave. I mean, you've got to know what you're doing when you go into these underground tunnels like that. But that's on my channel. I did that last week, I think it was. Not long ago, I can't remember when it was, but it's on my channel anyway. But it took me an hour and a half to find the bloody thing. I mean, trying to pinpoint it was a nightmare. But I kept getting met with these obstacles, fences, barbed wire fences, and electric fences, and dikes to climb. That was all in search of it. That's what I titled it. I called it the search of the Curtin of Airlie Sutrin. So the Sutrin's like the underground tunnel. That's what the term the Sutrin means. It's underground, ancient underground tunnel for like storing food and belongings back in the Iron Age. It's an Iron Age time sort of era. So that was interesting anyway. You could look on my channel if you want and have a look at my video version of it, of the Curtin Airlie Sutrin. So that I done. Curtin, done. Just by the way, that's passing DC Thompson's. If you don't know Dundee that well, this is the East Kingsway A92, and that was DC Thompson's. That's Dundee's Courier, Telegraph, Reporters. It's like the news. It's their own newspaper. They do other things, magazines, but that's the main factory there. Like the headquarters, I think, headquarters is on Ward Road in the centre of Dundee, but the actual factory where they make the papers and that, its own newspaper and stuff, Courier, Telegraph, is done there in that factory that I just passed up the road a bit. I should have done videos nearby that area as well. I mean, Feel free, by the way, to stick in the comments on this video. If you want me to go and have a look at something, then just go ahead and ask in the comments, and I'll have a look at them and see what I can do for you. There was a couple of comments wanting me to visit a place in just no far from Falkirk. It was the Pineapple near Airdrie in Falkirk. So I've done that. I actually had enough time, set aside some time and done it. The Curtain of Airdrie shooting was also a request, but that was from a colleague that sent me that. So I had a look, see what I could do, and said, right, I've got some time, I'll actually go ahead and do it. So if you want me to have a look at something for you, then just feel free to ask, and I'll see what I can do for you. Because it gives me the idea as well. I mean, I didn't know about that. I didn't ken that was there until I was sent and asked to have a look. I got other stuff sent as well. There's something, the Devil's Pool something, or Poolman, or it's down near Loch Lomond, is it? Oh, of course, it's I had a look at it. It looked really impressive, but I'll show you that at another point. There's other things as well. There's other ancient stuff like holes in the ground and that have been discovered. What I have done though, on my own time, is my own ideas, is I've noticed a lot of these standing stones, ancient standing stones around Scotland. I've done that over the last few years. I've plenty of videos on it. I'll be meaning to do some more like. But what's really strange about that is that there never used to be so many. Now that's going on to this different subject that's regarding the Mandela effect. That again, when I say that in my videos, I always say, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, or search and come to your own conclusions regarding the Mandela effect phenomenon, or at least what's referred to online as the Mandela effect phenomenon. Because as far as I'm concerned, there never used to be as many of these ancient stone circles and standing stones as there are now. And it's not like they've just been discovered. I mean, there's on maps now that I've had showing that they've apparently been there all the time. And sure, they would have known about that. This is only within the last few years that I've discovered them and heard about them. I never even heard about them before. It's not like I wasn't looking. I would have known if there was as many as that. There was only really two main ones that we were aware of. That was Stonehenge and Ringaburra on the Orkney Isles, North Scotland, and I've been to both of them. I'd have been later, because I was fascinated in stone circles anyway. Even when I was a kid back in the 80s, I was always like mystery stuff, and I've never heard about that. If there was so many as there are now, then I would have heard about it. In other words, it's like history has changed. Now that's where I go back to the Mandela effect phenomenon. So, like I said, do your own searching and researching into it. You decide for yourself what you think of the Mandela effect. That was referred to as the Mandela effect online. Because I don't know what it is, but I can assure you I've experienced something that resembles it anyway. Whether it's all the same thing, coming from the same source, I don't know, or the same reason, but I've certainly experienced something that resembles the Mandela effect online. So that's that. I've been busy the weekend there. Just past the weekend past. I've got a couple of good videos. I mean, it depends on when I might even have them up before this, but the banger racing, the World Cup Unlimited stock car banger racing at Kildinbeath's Raceway. The unlimited bangers are cars that are, you could really banger race any size of car you want, hence the name Unlimited. You could put as big an engine as you want in them. Within reason, there is regulations and rules. There's certain cars that are not allowed, but favourites are the old Mark II and Mark III Granada. Mark II Granadas. Old cars that are extinct. You don't see so many. Old Volvos, they're a favourite in the unlimited bangers. Because these cars were known to be solid, built really solid like. So there was a lot of excitement anyway. I enjoyed that. The week prior to that, the video was up already if you want to look back on it. The week prior I went to the Crimmington Raceway to watch the Caravan Destruction Derby. That was quite exciting, that was good. basically, as the name implies, it was just to crash into the caravans and smash them to pieces. It was brilliant fun. So banger racing, if you don't know what it is, I mean, I don't know who's watching, if it's, you know, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a form of stock car racing, and it's all about crashing into other cars and destroying them, and the last car is the winner, more or less, in the destruction derby. But you're allowed to crash cars all the way, you know. It's brilliant fun. Like, I love it, love watching it. I've done tons of videos on it, so it's just to sort of give you a general idea as to what it's about, if you don't already know, of course, because anybody could really watch this at any time. So I don't know who you are. I know that I could guess that some of you will probably know already, but some may not. But the banger racing is a form of, I was going to say a cheap motorsport, but it's not really that cheap. It's quite expensive, because the preparations that go into making a banger, you know, getting the cars prepared for it, isn't that cheap, to be fair. So you would think that, you know, it'd be dead cheap just to get the cars, smash them up, just get the scrapyard and just, you know, just take them on the chart. But you've got to do certain things. You've got to fit a roll cage. That's a bar along the, up one side, in the middle, up the B post, up that side, along the roof and down the other, and you've got the bolt seat, the driver's seat. You've got to have all the harnesses. You've got to relocate the battery, the fuel tank, the lead acid battery, which is normally sometimes to stay in the body, because you've got a formula called back to basic pro stocks, back to basic bangers as well, which means a lot of the original stuff stays in its original place, like the battery and that radiator. But some get more preparations than others, where they more money and time spent on the paintwork as well. They paint them up to their sponsored liveries and race team liveries as well. It's quite impressive. You get like a well turned out banger, and you can win prize money for that as well. So that's on the channel. I've been following bangers for about 22 years, since 2003, and I've had a shot as well. I've had an official shot in 2006. I had a shot at Extreme Dodgems and by stock car racing in 2007 at Arbroath Wheels Raceway, and I had a shot at the 1600cc banger racing full contact with, down at the London Gala event, November. Guy Fawkes owned it at that time, 2010, down at London Wimbledon, the Wimbledon Stadium. There was 40 or 50 bangers, but there was other bangers. There was big, must have been probably about 130 or 40 bangers, but they were in different classes. I was in the 1600cc class. I had a Mark III Estate Astra, and then I went again in 2011, the following year, for the gala event at the Ipswich Stadium, Vauxhall. The company I went with for that to prepare it all for me was a company called Cecil's Red Rookie. The Dreamers team, banger team. They've done like things for stunts for TVs, you know, motor stunts for films and that. They've done that kind of stuff as well. They were on Top Gear as well, BBC Top Gear. So they're quite a big company. Like, they were good, but that was that. I had a hard crash in the 2011 one, and that was enough for me. Let's put it this way: the back offside corner of the car was near enough at the back of the driver's seat where it was. That's how hard the hit was. I've got the pictures. I've got online anyway. You can look back at some of the other videos, some of the introductions I used to do for the banger racing that I watched. I showed the clips of that. 2023 Scottish Unlimited bangers at Lochgelly. There's footage of my car there. I put it in the introduction because I have like a kind of special effects introduction to some of them. And I added that to it. And some of the consequences, some of the other bangers, the following banger racing that I went to, used the same intro that shows these photos. And the cars either. That was only one, well, I was probably was, I don't know, it might have been one of the few people from Scotland that was in the race arena down in, well, that London one. I've got my number painted in the Scottish colours, 743. It's probably made me a target. But no, it was it was good fun. I enjoyed it. It was quite expensive, but it was quite hard as well. Like rough, hard. It takes a bit of getting used to that, I can assure you. It sort of puts you in, you appreciate the hits. When you're watching the banger racing as a spectator, you appreciate the hits more once you've tried it, let's put it like that. So yeah, that was that. I've done that, and done loads of that. I've done other adventures on my channel as well, been to various places. We're still planning on doing that. Got lots of places that I'm still going to visit and put on the channel for you to share with you my places that I visit, places that I visited during my visits. So I was at the Fife Heritage Railway event as well yesterday. That was the Fife Heritage Railway Centre. It's in Leven, a town called Leven, Scottish town in Fife. And the Railway Heritage, Fife Railway Heritage Centre is just on the outskirts of Leven, and they restore. It's a small, it's kind of small place at the moment, but they're in the process of restoring up trains. They hold events as well, like buses could attend to run free shuttle services to and from the museum, and you can get some of the buses will go on a tour on the lovely local countryside, so you can get on the bus as well and sample it as a passenger. There's vintage buses, there are vintage buses, there's also state-of-the-art new buses as well, brand new buses. It's a display of buses to support the Fife Heritage Railway event. It's like an opening day for the public to come along, and they do stalls as well, selling stuff and that, merchandise and spares for vintage vehicles. And they even run a wee railway trip from the shed up their railway line that they've got. It's about half a mile there, half a mile back. But it's on a steam train going, and then on the way back they've got the diesel at the other side. So you get the best of both worlds. So I've done a video on that. I've still compiled that, put that up. But that'll be up soon. But then of course if you're watching this after I put it up, then that'll be up already. But yep. That's done. By the way, this is the A92. We're heading to Arbroath. We're heading east at the moment. East on the A92. Forward to my dinner. And then I'll go for a wee walk along the Arbroath cliffs. There's a lovely walk path there as well. Lovely views from the Arbroath cliffs. So after my dinner I'll be going there just for a short walk, just a bit of fresh air, a wee stretch. Probably put my headphones on and listen to something at the same time while I do that, while I'm going for a walk. The weather's okay at the moment, it seems fairly bright. Generally it is on the east side, the east coast of Scotland. The weather's usually, that's the better at the sides of the country. The west side tends to, I think, the west coast tends to get worse weather. It's off the Atlantic Ocean, it seems to be wetter and duller there. Not all the time, but I just think it's the weather's not as good in the west as it is on the east side. That's just my observation. So yeah, I'll be out and about in the car quite a bit. Places and all. I've got some bus rallies coming up as well this year. I'm going to go to Lathamond Bus Museum in Dumfries, just outside Dumfries. They have opening days in August, the middle of August. 2-day public opening day where the old buses turned up from all over the country. They're displayed there for everybody to have a look at, take photographs on, and you could also get on them for a huddle, because they'll go and run a free shuttle service by the volunteers using their vintage vehicles to shuttle people from the bus station in Dunfermline to and from the Northampton Bus Museum. So it's always good that, because you get a chance to sample the buses, you get to get a huddle on the old buses, but they also use new buses as well, various buses, different kinds of buses, unique buses. It's a big event in Scotland anyway, regarding vintage buses. So I'll try and get there as well, and I'll do a video as usual and put it on the channel. See what turns up. So we're just coming into Arbroath. We're just on the outskirts of Arbroath, coming in from the west, from the A2. So I'm looking forward to my pies. Get a latte or something, coffee or something. Back to work in the morning. Back to work again tomorrow. I also plan on going on my bike as well, a push bike, do a bit of cycling. What I'll do is I'll go to places, for quite far away. I'll cheat, I'll put the bike in the bike rack on my car and I'll drive to somewhere like the Glens Mountains, like Glen Clover for example, and then I'll take my bike off, then go for a cycle. I ain't cycling from Dundee to Glen Clover. I don't think so, I'm not that keen. So I'll cheat, I'll just take my bike, put it on the car, I've got a bike carrier. But when I get there I'll put I can do a video of that as well, because I've got a way I can rig up the camera phone, I can put that on the frame of my bike and actually record footage while I'm out cycling to some places. I'll choose places that are outside Dundee, I'll just load it on the car. And I can just edit that bit and say, I cycled all this distance for minutes out. 100 mile. No, I'll go to places anyway, I'll get that done. I plan on doing that this soon. Plan on doing that soon. There's a vintage lorry, Bedford, I don't know if you can see that. It's just saw that, speaking of vintage vehicles, So yeah, this is like coming into May, so the weather's genuinely better than what it would be if it was back in the winter, So I'll be getting out and getting used to my push bike. I need the exercise, but it's also just the day out as well. I like taking the bike to places, because there's obviously places I can't drive to, and I can get the bike there and find out, explore places with the bike as well. I'm not like a professional cycler or anything like that. I'm not a cyclist. I'm not that keen, but I do like my bike. But I know one of these cyclists that wear all the helmets and all the cycle gear. No, I'm not like that. I just wear the gear that I've got on now, and I'll load my rucksack up with my sandwiches and drinks and whatnot, like the wee pork pies and stuff, and go for a wee cycle, have a picnic as well, ginger juice and stuff, and some luxuries, just go prepared with warm clothes and gloves. And I just cycle in my normal casual clothes, shoes. I'm not a professional cyclist, and I just cycle at my own pace, just at a slow kind of pace. I don't really cycle on the main roads, I just don't like the idea of that. So I try and cycle on the pavements where it's safe to avoid. I don't hit any, I give pedestrians respect and slow right down, to a walking pace and pass them with lots of room, and I know when I'll just fly past them, and I won't do that. But there's cycle lanes as well where you share the path with pedestrians, and I just cycle for a bit. I'll maybe stop for a wee bit, bit of breather, and then continue on. I'll just do it at my own pace. I'm not like it hardened cyclist, you know, that'll do that. I just have a wee shot on my bike basically. I'll just jump on the bike and have a wee shot, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes, or a few couple of miles, 2 or 3 miles around the scheme where they live. Somebody's using it just to go to the shops and back, but I still like my bike. So, well, they've got rid of the roadworks here at Arbroath, by the way. They've tidied the road. Last time I was here, it was just a nightmare with the roadworks. But it seems to be a bit better now. That's like Arbroath Lighthouse Museum up ahead on the right, in about your 2 o'clock position, just, and the visitor centre's just ahead of that. You got the Bell Rock Chipyard on the left there. That's good. I've been in there. They do a nice spicy fish supper. Spicy fish supper. It's basically the batter's spicy. So they haven't done all the roadworks here, by the way. There's still roadworks here as well. I thought they'd finished, but there's still got these roadworks. The cliffs are over there. You have to go over there to get the cliffs, but Pie Bob's is up there. I'm going to go up there then I'll just nab up the road a bit, get my dinner, and then I'll come back down here and go to the cliffs over there. You have to go there to get the... I'll not bother with that with the video, I'll just doing the end car just to on route to Pie Bob's. Oh, this Strathday bus with the ancient livery, unfortunately, well, it's an original livery, Strathday Stagecoach. It's their heritage livery, but unfortunately I can't touch the phone when I'm driving. I can't do that. But it's the orange, white and blue livery. If you're from Dundee, you'll probably seen the bus going about. The model's an Enviro 400 MMC with the I think it's the Voith transmission ones. They were transferred up from Dunfermline, because originally on that route they had the Volvo B5s, hybrid versions, which were, I think they were troublesome. So they had the Enviro 400 MMC bodywork, but they were problematic. So I believe they were problematic. I have seen them broke down at the side of the road before. I've witnessed that on some occasions. But, so what they've done is they just transferred them down to I think Manchester, from what I heard from someone, and these Enviros have come up to replace them. They're second hand, they're not brand new, they were transferred up from Fife, Dunfermline way. So them in roadworks, what are they doing now? My dinner, I just can't remember, they're always doing, I thought this was all finished. It was a great drive getting here, and you've got to then now sit in this traffic. You might see the bus behind me actually, you might just see it behind in the rear view mirror, at the rear window. You'll maybe see the top of it. That's the bus and on of it. What a doing? Why could they not just leave the roads? Anyway, the blossoms are nice. I like the blossoms at this time of year. You know, the nice pink blossoms on the trees. Yeah, probably get some good pictures. I'd like to go to some nice parks where these are all about. Like Glam's Castle Park, their gardens are quite nice. Like the blossoms at this time of year. I've kind of always liked that. Even back in, it was quite nice, quite scenery, quite nice scenery. Yeah, quite pretty, quite good. I'm not a gardener or anything like that. I don't have a garden, but I do appreciate that. It looks nice. I like nice scenery, beautiful scenery. I always have. So the annoying thing is, it's only just up there. It's only about a mile. The last 19 miles that I've done were fine. It was great. It was just cruising along, brilliant. But when I get here, I thought, oh, the roadworks are gone, and then no, they're not. They're still here. And it's the last mile. It's going to take probably the same length of time it took me to get here. What the heck is it doing? Anyway. It's like Dundee, the roadworks, you know, the lot of diversions on the buses, and then when the road reopens again, what if they actually dug the road? I mean, it's still the same condition in a lot of cases. What are they digging up roads for now? need my dinner. I'm starving here, eh? You know what I mean? It's always the same. It's always the last mile. Why is it always the last mile? I'm starting to need the toilet as well, eh? I hate sitting in traffic. It's just... Anyway. That was Arbroath bus station on the left, by the way. I've got to think now how I'm going to get to the cliffs. I'm going to have to go down there. I'm going to have to go. So once I get my dinner, I'm going to go back down there, and then I'm not going to see that road's closed there. I can't get down. So what will I have to do to get to the cliffs? I'll probably have to go through the town centre. So I can get down there and turn left at the town centre, because the cliffs are over there, and to get them you've got to go. See, it used to be just straight forward, but I'll get there. I'll get to them. Like, then I think that I won't. I'll definitely be going to the cliffs. But it's just all this shambles. You know? But I mean, I know that they need to do the roadworks, but they're not going to go to the workers or anything like that. No, it's not that. It's just that because I don't ever go to any like that. I don't blame the workers. It's just, if there was enough of them and they had probably enough resources and enough time they'd probably be overworked as well, because it's usually what it's like, isn't it? The work people get the maximum, you know. It's like overworking, putting all the strain and stress on the people to work harder. And I don't know, it's not having to go to them. I mean, the roadworks obviously need to be done, like, you know. There's Pie Bob's finally get here on the left. It's not too bad. I thought it was going to be there for ages, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I've got to get my dinner out there. I'll get a lovely pie or something, a nice, lovely, freshly baked steak pie or something. Maybe even have a look at that, because they have a mixture of pies. Might even get a lovely, nice haggis, steak and haggis or something to go with it. I'll certainly have a look, because they do quite a selection. They specialise in pies, so I'm going to have a good look and get myself a nice wee couple of nice wee Pie Bob's bakery pies, maybe a wee cake to go with it as well, and a coffee. Definitely a coffee. See, might sit in, I don't know. I'll probably just sit in the car. I won't get it and sit here. So yeah, finally here. I'm going to get looking forward to my dinner. See, I drove all this way to get here because there isn't one in Dundee, and I just wanted to come here for the novelty, and I wanted to have a look at the cliffs as well. So yeah, I did drive 20 mile just to get my lunch, but I do that. I try it. I get myself a lovely wee. I don't know, I might get a steak, and they do some chicken and the two minds. Chicken pie maybe. Steak pie, steak and haggis, and a nice wee cake to go with it, and a coffee. What I might actually do, if it wasn't for the roadworks, I'd probably go to the cliffs and eat it. I wonder if I should, but then maybe no. I'll probably be cold by the time I wake through all that, so I'll probably just sit here in the car park and I'll just be looking up there, and there's not much scenery. I'm just thinking maybe I should get my takeaway from here and go to the cliffs and eat it there. But it's going to take a while with the traffic because of the roadworks. I could probably just sit here and eat it in the car, and just, there's not much to look at, like, but just looking at the side of the Pie Bob's. But better than none. I'll get my dinner. That's the most important thing anyway. See, I could sit in, but the anyway. I just noticed that there's somebody looking. He's probably wondering what the heck I'm doing talking to me. Mind you, in this day and age, people talk to themselves in the car. Just thinking some sort of. Right, okay. I think I'll just run my video off and get my dinner then. See what else put up my channel. I'm starving, so I may get my dinner. Right, I'll see you later on. Bye for now.